Hey everybody, DM Jim here, and welcome to another episode of Game Terrain Engineering. In this episode, I want to talk about a certain box that is making the rounds. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about. It's called the Craft It Forward box. And if the legend is true, and I believe it is, this box was started by DM Scotty, who basically threw a bunch of crafting items in it and some other odds and ends, forwarded it on to somebody who then took things out, put things in, forwarded it on to somebody else. I'm still trying to put together the history of the box and who had it first. Obviously, DM Scotty started it, and how it's progressed, because I think I'm close. I think I'm close. It doesn't really matter because I am now the recipient of the Craft It Forward box. Now, I'm going to put a link right here to Hankerin Ferinale, or Runehammer, if you know his videos, and I'll put a link below to his channel. Hankerin is hilarious to me. I love watching his videos. They just make me laugh, and his skills at drawing I'm very envious of, and his crafting skills are really, really well done. Hankerin picked me as the next recipient, and he sent the box on to me. I have taken some things out, I have put some things in, and I'm ready to send it to the next recipient. But before I share with you a little bit about the box and the contents and something I'm going to be doing, I want to talk about this box for a moment. When the box arrived to my house, it was in bad shape. On the outside were a bunch of stickers from some of the previous recipients, like Vanessa over at the Crafting Muse. Hankerin had put his stickers on it. Who else? DM Scotty had put one of his on. Yeah, John Suski of Dungeons and Glue Sticks. And I believe he was the actual first recipient from Scotty, but I'm going to verify that. But basically on the outside of the box has been decorated with stickers and some notes and things like that. But when I got the box, it was almost busted open. One whole side had been ripped down. The bottom had collapsed. It looked like it had gotten wet at some point, or at least the cardboard just wasn't holding up. And also it looked like somebody had attempted to maybe open it and look inside. Long story short, I attempted to repair it with some clear tape. That really didn't work, because no matter how many times I wrapped it, it was still very flimsy, and I had a feeling that it would get, if it got dropped or anything put on top of it, it was going to collapse. So I started thinking about how I could, prepare this box for the next trip. Well, obviously, I'm going to ship everything in a box. But what I've done, and I'll shoot some photos of it, or at least shoot some videos in a moment, I have organized everything in it, or that I received from it, into some smaller plastic containers and some cardboard boxes. And my hope is that if the outside shipping box ever gets damaged, you'll have to excuse me, I'm dealing with pollen right now in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's killing me. The containers are my solution for if the outside box gets damaged or wet or broken into or ripped or whatever. The recipient will still be able to keep everything sort of organized and together and just move it to a new box and ship it forward. So I do apologize to the previous recipients who decorated the box. I really tried my best to fix it. Duct tape wasn't a good solution because it was going to cover up some of the stickers and things that people had put on. So I made the decision that a new box has to be purchased. But again, inside is going to be a more organized way of keeping all the stuff together. Like, for instance, I've got one box, a smaller cardboard box with just miniatures in it that people have added to it. So let me talk about this box for a moment. If you've watched Hankerin's video, again, I'll put a link right here, he talked about our craft, our hobby, and how people are helping one another. Now, right now, I have a feeling that a lot of you guys would probably love to get your hands on this crafting box. I feel very honored that I was picked. There are probably a lot of people that want this box, and of course, it can only go to one person at a time, right? Now, granted, I've only got, I think right now I've got about 2,800 subscribers. It's not a lot compared to what, Wylock or DM Scotty or Hankerin have, but I'm trying my best to get the word out and share what I do, my interests and hobbies. And so I want to send the box on to somebody who's going to, be able to spread the word about it again. I've already contacted the person who I'm sending it to next. I will let them share the box when they receive it, so you'll know who it's going to next. I've got my small box. Let me show you something else I've done. Remember, I'm organizing everything into boxes so it'll be easier to move it from one box to the other. This is my contribution, or one of them. The new stuff. You get first dibs. Inside here, and I'm not done cramming this. I'm going to cram it full of a lot more stuff. Inside this are the things I'm adding to the box. So hopefully the next recipient, he can get first dibs here, pull out what he wants, dump this stuff into the other containers, and then he'll have something to put his stuff in for the next person. I have to tell you, I'm very grateful to all of my viewers. I'm grateful to my fans. I'm grateful to the people who comment. I'm grateful to the people who offer, criticism. I'm constantly trying to improve my channel. I'm constantly trying to find new things, new skills, new techniques to introduce to people. I've been in this hobby since I was a kid, middle school. I got out for a while, but I am a gamer. I love playing games, all kinds of games, and I especially love tabletop games, role-playing games, war games. And so for me, receiving this box, I went through it piece by piece, looking at what was in it. I'm pretty sure I figured out what Hankerin snuck into it, and he put some really good stuff. I didn't take it all. I took a couple pieces. I'm leaving some more in there. But, the goal of the box isn't to pilfer from it. It's to take a few things that you need and then fill it again with some of the stuff you find useful, or maybe you don't need anymore, and send it forward. Now, for that reason, this box is getting pretty big. I know what Hankerin paid in terms of postage to send it to me. It was a big box. It was heavy. And I'm certainly not lightening the box. With what I'm adding in, it's probably going to get a little heavier. So the next person sort of has to agree to pick up the postage costs and send it to somebody. So I'm going to make a suggestion at this point, and we don't have to do it, but for those future recipients of the box, I think at some point we should make an honest effort to get the box back to Scotty. And then Scotty can sort of pull out what he wants, reset the box, and start the whole process over again. I'm not saying that's a rule. I'm just suggesting that at some point this box is going to get pretty heavy, pretty expensive to be sending out to the next person. It's going to get a little unwieldy. So this is to those of you who are receiving the box down the road. You might want to consider at some point just asking the previous recipients, when is it time to send this back to Scotty? I think sending it back to Scotty will close the loop and allow him to start it over again with a whole new group of recipients. I think I'm the 7th or 8th person to get it now. Don't hold me to that. I'm still, again, trying to find out the history of the box. Now this brings me to my second addition to the Craft It Forward box. I wanted a way to track the history of this box. I also wanted a way for recipients like me to provide words of encouragement, or maybe something, to the next recipient and forward. So what I did was, there was a journal that was included in the Craft It Forward box, and I'll include a picture right here of it. It was just a plain paper journal, graph paper on one page, line paper on the next. So what I did was I painted it. I created a 3-dimensional emblem of the TCG logo, 3D printed it, painted it, and what I've done is I've created a journal here. Okay, it was painted. The journal was painted black. I sponge painted it this dark purple mix. It's hard to tell from the video, but this is sort of just an unusual purple. It looks really good. I love it. I think I'm going to make me one just to keep. And then I 3D printed the TCG logo here, brown, silver, and then some rivets around. You can see it's got some thickness to it, right? Inside this book, I have pasted the rules that were given to me. There are 7 of them. I added a suggested Rule 8, which says share an encouraging note inside for future recipients of the box. And then I've already reached out to some of the people who've had the box and asked them to email me, a paragraph or 2 or whatever. I'm going to print it out and I'm going to glue it or tape it into the journal, and then I'm going to include this journal in the box to the next recipient. And inside the book, I'm also going to have a tracking log, like you know, who had it, who sent it to who, and that way Scotty, when he eventually, hopefully, gets this box back again, he'll have this history of how the box started and where it went and how it developed. And of course, I'm not making the rules for the journal. The next recipient can certainly add a requirement to the journal, or maybe take one of the rules. It doesn't matter. I'm doing what I feel is going to be helpful to the box, but a future recipient might delete a rule. They might change the way the journal works. I don't know. But I'm hoping that the journal will be a way to track the people who've gotten the box, and then when Scotty gets it, hopefully again, he'll have this nice little journal. This is, Scotty, one day I hope you get this back. This is my gift to you as a thank you for encouraging me and all these other channels to share our hobby, build the crafting hobby, show our techniques and our skills and our projects, and just grow the community. And so I hope one day you get this in your hands as the person who sort of started this all for us. But that's what I've got. I've got a bunch of these boxes. Oh, one final thing. I mentioned all the stickers. What I've done is I've cut them out of the box, okay? I had to do this because I didn't want to lose them. I'm probably going to tape these to the outside of the new box. And there are some other graphics that Hankerin did, which I think are outstanding. I'll shoot some photos of those stuff and include at the end of this video. These are things that I don't want to lose. So I'm debating taping them to the box where they might get damaged or lost again. Or maybe I'll just include them in the box. I haven't decided yet. But I didn't want to lose them. These came off of the previous box that just got shredded. So, last thing. I keep saying final thing, but that's not true. Last thing. This box, I loved it. I love the idea of it. And it's just unfortunate that there's just one of them. I do know, I have heard rumors, and I believe it's a fact now, but I'm just called a rumor now, that there are some other boxes that are being made that are going to start a different path. I know one person who has said that they are doing another box. I'm not going to say who it is, but another box is probably being made. And I thought, why not? I'll do my own box. So, it's starting out small, okay? It's pretty heavy. I have included a lot of stuff in here. And I still got a little room. I still got a little room to shove some more stuff in there. But this is going to be my Craft It Forward box. I am going to put a small journal in it, just like the big one, to keep track of where the box goes. I don't expect to get this box back. If it comes back to me one day, great. It'll be fun to look and see who all has received it and how they've enjoyed it. But this is the box I feel I need to do. And I'm going to get it completed, and I'm going to try to figure out how best to pick someone. And this will be someone who probably doesn't have a YouTube channel. It'll probably be someone who has contributed to the community in some way, like maybe we recognize their name, his or her name, I don't know. Feel free to comment below and tell me if you have any suggestions for how I could pick the recipient of this box. I mean, obviously I could just pick somebody randomly from a comment or one of the thousands of followers of Scotty, but I want to make sure that whomever I send it to is going to honor the idea of the box. Take out what you want, put something in, and then send it forward to somebody else. Obviously, this box won't be as expensive to send as the other one, but maybe this one will grow in time, and hopefully it will have more stuff in it at the end than I put in it at the beginning. So that's all I've got for you. This is the Craft It Forward box video. No projects this turn or this video, except for obviously the journal, which was a fun project to do. But this was one of the objects I pulled out of the box and decided to put back in, modified a little bit, and I hope you like it. So the next recipient, I'll be reaching out to you very soon of the big box and letting you know it's on its way. I'm still waiting on a few submissions for this from a few key individuals. Still trying to figure out the history. And if I can't figure it out before it's time to send this on, I'll probably handwrite a note and stick it in here, and maybe the next recipient can get it finally put in there. We'll see. I do apologize to Hankerin. I've had this box for almost 2 months, and I've just been swamped with projects and real work, and it's just been bothering me sitting there. You know, I've done a few things with some of the items in it, but it's ready to go on to the next person, and hopefully they won't hold it as long as I did this time. But the box is moving forward, Scotty. I'm getting it ready. It'll go out in 3 or 4 days, and we'll see who gets it next. Whoever gets it next, I hope you make a video and share with us what's in it, and take out what you need, put some stuff in, send it on to the next person. So this is DM Jim. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.